Welcome to Genians Sales Webinar. Hi, my name is Yeonju Lee, in Apex Sales Manager. Genians prepare the sales session for enhancing your sales skill when you meet and persuade your customer. The sales session consists of 6 sessions. Today, it is the second session of Learn Your Customer Environment. So it is about the first step of learning the Genians NAC sales. This session, you will learn how to find the right customer and offering them the right design of a Genians NAC. Before moving to the slide, I'd like to check what we learned from this session. There are also 3 messages we needed to pay attention today. First, we will learn how to find the customer who need NAC solution into the business. Second, we will learn how to design the customer environment with the NAC solution. Third, we will learn how to size the software license and hardware appliance deployment in the environment. Okay, let's first look at how to find the right customer for Genians NAC. Today, I have made yes or no survey questionnaire on this slide. Each question lists up some potential risk if there is no NAC solution. So, a lot of yes means that a company environment is vulnerable to internal and external threats. It means that the company is required to adopt NAC solution into their business. There are 10 questions, but I would like to highlight some of the questions. First, do you recently suffer from the security breach, especially data leakage infected the system in the corporate? This question is now telling you how important of the managing the insider network. So if you fail to monitor who is doing what, your business is inevitably exposure to a risk of data breach. Second, are there often visitor, contractor, and third party trying to access your business network? The main reason why I bring this question is that some surveys show us unexpected visitor or third party have been a main factor causing the accident. There are still many companies maintaining often no management for third party or the visitor. It means that the third party and the visitor can get access to the business critical application and data. Third, do you have a branch office in other region? Some companies leave the branch unmanaged condition. However, it is very important to monitor how the branch office is managed, because nobody can predict it where is the accident and risk are occurred. With this question, you need to emphasize your customer. With the Genians Network Sensor or NAC, your customer can manage it headquartered at the branch in real time. Fourth, do you fail to monitor all IT inventory of devices on your network? Today, I just bring up IT inventory, but the actual meaning of this question is that visibility is the essential. The visibility in a real time should be follow up for monitor, secure, and your customer business environment. As you may know that other NAC vendor product are lack of the visibility or real time, but Genians NAC identify each status of devices on every times of its changing. Fifth, are you under the trouble of IP conflict and management? I have found that many companies in the APAC are using the DHCP for allocating IP automatically or other ways. As you know, the DHCP has its own vulnerability. So, IP allocation by DHCP does not mean that this device is a trusted and safe one. So I wanted to highlight that Genians NAC has a feature of IPAM, just one of the features. Sixth, do you feel that existing solution of AV, antivirus, UTM, firewall are not enough to secure your business? The main reason why I bring this question is that many companies are only considering of adopting the gateway parameter solutions such as the IPS, firewall, UTM against the internal threats. However, as you find the last webinar session 1, the number of internal threat is higher than the external threat. So I would like to emphasize how important to maintain your inside network secure as much as the external threats. Last one. Are you in the industry where the government introduced a new regulation or compliance regarding to the security? With your experience in your local, a compliance made by the government motivated your customer to plan and purchase security solution. In Korea, all of the finance and enterprise should submit their own inside network log event for annual audit. So NAC is mandatory in their business. I'm expecting that if your country have been already made of these types of compliance in the relate of the NAC, it could be a good chance to propose Genians NAC. Plus, even there is no these types of the compliance yet, but as your business is getting developing more and more, and your government will definitely adopt this compliance to secure your business and country development for near the future. So far, we have been checking what is the actual meaning and intention on each question. If there are a lot of yes in this questionnaire, you should persuade this customer to adopt Genians NAC. Okay, let's move to the next section, understanding customer environment. I prepare 10 questions, so after getting the answer of these questions, you can finally design and sizing Genians NAC for your customer site. Let's do 10 questions one by one. First question, what problem should be solved in your business? I prepare 5 cases which can be a problem without NAC solution. First one, the lack of the gain visibility which is being accessed to the network. Second, the lack of the control unauthorized access to the network. Third one, the lack of the meter regulation and compliance. First one, device health check. Last one, PYOD and guest management. These 5 cases all related with the problem without the NAC solution. So you need to make different approach according to the customer answer. And I'm preparing another webinar relating about the use case. So I'm going to tell you how you can approach differently according to the answer next webinar. Second, how do you managing security solutions, network and endpoint cloud in the corporate? It can be differently by your company size. So if your customer is a very, very big company, there might be outsourced it. Third question, how many devices or user do you have in your headquarter network? This question is mandatory to sizing the Genians NAC for your customer environment. So if the company has both the headquarter and the branch, or only has the headquarter, you need to check how many devices should be managed. So please remind your customer of calculating both the current devices and also expected future devices. First question, how many devices or user do you have in your branch network? It is the same question above one. So if there is a branch and it should be managed, please check its devices in the branch as well. Fifth question, how many branch do you have? With the answer of it, we can start the design of a diagram how we deploy a network sensor on each branch. Sixth question, which method of authentication has been using? As you know, there are several ways of authentication, such as 802.1x based of authentication, or integrated with the AD, or integrated with the LDAP, or any other way. So please check your customer as well, which types of authentication should be working on their network. Because the Genians NAC provides several ways of authentication. Seventh question, how many VLAN has been set in headquarters and the branch? If there is a branch in the company and it should be managed, please check how many VLAN are configured between the headquarters and its branch. With this fact, we can design how to deploy the network sensor on each site. Eighth question, which protocol are you using to transmit data between the headquarters and the branch? Please check this one as well if you can, but it is not mandatory, so we can get this information when we are supporting during the POC. But if you can get the answer, please share with us. Ninth question, if you have a branch, how much bandwidth are you using to transmit the data between the headquarters and the branch? The reason why I'm asking this question is that the bandwidth speed between the headquarters and the branch bring an effect when you set the policy, such as the software patch or OS updated. So I'm asking to check this speed, how to make up this case before actual enforcement. But even there is no lower speed between the headquarters and the branch, we also have other way to solve about that, so don't worry about it. Last question. What security solution has been existed in your network? As you know, Genians NAC provides integration with the existing security solution. So, and customer enjoy more enhanced security by Genians NAC and other solutions. One example, if the customer has SIEM for logging event, Genians NAC integrated with SIEM, and your customer can get the full log event against the security accident. I'm going to show how Genians NAC can work with the other solution in the next webinar session as well. Okay, next step, how to estimate and sizing Genians NAC in accordance with the company environment. Before doing that, I would like to point out which component the Genians NAC has. There are three components in Genians NAC: policy server, network sensor, and agent. Okay, let's look at the first one. Policy server. Policy server functions to set the rule-based policy and enforce the policy. So you can get the comprehensive report for company audit. And this policy server can be deployed in either Genius appliance or your own standard server. Second one is network sensor, which you may be very questioning why it is needed, as well as the policy server. I would like to highlight it why network sensor is needed. As you know, the Genians NAC, the very big difference from the other is the real-time device detection. With the Genians network sensor, it can be working the real-time detection. There are three key features of the network sensor. First, it is installed into your network infrastructure with no vendor dependency. Second one, detect devices vary in a real time. Third one, authentication and control. Today, I just shortly tell you about the key feature of a network sensor. Next webinar, I have prepared the webinar themed about the network sensor. So I'm going to fully explain of the network sensor, how it deploy and work, what is the difference, and key benefit from other. Third one is the agent. With the agent, you can fully enjoy in-depth of security. It is simply installed on your endpoint, and then the agent starts to check its device health check, such as antivirus, OS updated, and mandatory software installed and setting. Okay, let's move to the sizing of a Genians NAC. As I mentioned above about the Genians NAC component, such as the policy server, network sensor, and agent, you first need to check how many numbers of devices the policy server and network sensor can cover. Let's look at the table. I divided it into policy server and network sensor. Regarding to the policy server, you can find the model of C10, C20, C50, which you can choose how many nodes or devices should be covered in the company environment. Regarding to the network sensor, you can find the model of S10, S20H, S30H, S40H, which you can choose how many nodes or devices should be covered in your customer environment. As you may experience the sizing before, there are some notes you needed to check. First one, both of them, the policy server and network sensor, are employed either on-premise hardware or VM, virtual machine. Second one, C10 can function both the policy server and network sensor together in case of within the 500 devices. So far, we have checked that the component and its own capacity in NAC. Now, I prepare some scenario of sizing. Let's look at the first scenario. We needed to check its own environment. This company has only one headquarters, no branch. I think it is a clear case to design the diagram. The thing that we needed to check how many devices they are managing and how they design of their switch in their network. Based on this information of this environment, we found that there are almost 3,000 devices in headquarters and number of VLAN are 5. So I make the sizing of this company consisting of S40H for network sensor, which can cover 3,000 devices, and C20 for policy server, which can cover 4,000 devices. Please look at the deployment image. This is the actual diagram in this company. You found that whereas network sensor and policy server, how they are designed in the one headquarter. Okay, let's move to the second scenario. This environment has one headquarter and one branch in this company. So with this number of devices, both the headquarter, 15,000 devices, branches of 500 devices should be managed. In headquarter, you can make the sizing consist of a C20 policy server, which can cover 4,000 devices, and SH for network sensor, which can cover 15,000 devices. Plus, we needed to check the branch. We make the sizing in the branch consisting of the S20H for network sensor, which can cover over 500. And you don't need to include a single one policy server for this branch because the policy server of a C20 in headquarter can cover both the headquarter and the branch as well. Okay, let's look at the last scenario. This company environment, the case of the all-in-one. There are only 300 devices managing now. So you can simply imagine the size, only C10 for policy server, which can function both the policy server and network sensor. You don't need to put the network sensor in this environment. It is just a simple case. Based on my experience that the skill of the sizing can be improved at as much you are trying to do it. This is the end of this webinar slide today. Before ending that, I'm going to send you this recorded video and slide and scenario via Genius newsletter. So please download all of this documentation and the video and reviewing them again. And also, I really look forward to using this slide for your actual sales. I really highly appreciated joining this session, webinar session 2. I hope you guys see you next week and next webinar. Thank you. Thank you so much.